You can stream us on all platforms, including Google, Spotify, etc., etc. Welcome to the Tony Michael Show podcast. You're about to step into my world.
Here is Tony Michael!
Tony Michaels! It's just who I am. I don't walk in the studio and say I work with all these artists. This is me. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Tony Michael Show podcast. Guess who we got in the house today? In the building today? Actress, singer, I want to say rapper, model. After I just saw what she just did. We got entertainer, Porscha Coleman. Give it up for Porscha.
Hey!
Hey! Come on in, Porscha. Come on in, Porscha. Hey.
What up? How are you?
How
you doing?
I'm so great.
You already know it's something for you.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I would have kept twerking, but
DJ Mr. Lee on the ones and twos, killing
Mr.
it.
Lee? My middle name is Lee. Okay. So that means it's like we got married to be Porscha Lee. I ain't gonna change my name.
Well, he just got married.
Yeah. Oh, well, too late. Well, give me some.
What's up, Porscha?
What up?
What's going on? I'm so glad to have you.
I am so glad to be here.
At the Tony Michael Show podcast. I've been, girl, you know, I constantly watch Porscha. Porscha has grown like leaps and bounds, y'all. Porscha has been in the game for a minute, and y'all done seen her on every single show ever. I mean, I've known Porscha.
You know me since I was little. I feel like, oh my gosh. Was I like 15 or 16? It was something.
Yeah, because it was dancing first.
It was dancing. Yeah, that's how I met you. Yes, through dance.
And then I remember the first. I only hired Porscha for only one job.
Is that the Sabrina?
I hired her for two then.
Which one are you talking about?
You did Wife and Kids with me. I needed a black cheerleader.
Hey! Oh, I was Shanika. Yeah, Shanika.
So we did My Wife and Kids with Damon Wayans.
Jennifer Freeman, Tisha Campbell. Yeah, we did.
Now I think it's back to Tisha Campbell.
Yes. But, right. No, but we did Debrat. That's what I was thinking. Sabrina. Didn't we do Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
We did Sabrina the Teenage Witch too.
That's
right. And Debrat was on there.
Yes. Me and Jada were the dancers.
I tell you, until you jog my memory, I was trying to tell him, I was like, I had a brain aneurysm, So until you jog my memory, I won't remember it. Then you won't
remember it. It's all good.
Wow. So I hired her for two things. Wife and Kids was off the hook, and they were like, they had these four cheerleaders.
Yeah, it was four of us.
But we needed a sister.
Hello.
Of a like, complexion.
Hello.
And she
came
so in, funny. And it grew too, because you was only supposed to have like a line or two, but before you know it.
Yeah, it was a whole section. They were like, we're going to give you a whole little sequence. So it was so cute.
I'm so proud of you, because I just watch you and I keep seeing you self-promote, and you like, look, y'all ain't let me in, I'm kicking the door. So what's going on with you? I see everything.
So much. I mean, since then, I can't even tell you how much has happened from the TV shows. I had a recurring that I did. It's actually going to come out. Good Girls on NBC. I did 2 episodes of that already.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be out. It's actually, the first episode is going to premiere right after the Super Bowl. So I did 2 episodes of that show just recently, but I did Silicon Valley, which a lot of people know me from. Like when I tell you, like, I'll go places and it's like the little nerdy, like, white boys be like, oh my God, were you that girl in Silicon Valley? I'm like, yes.
It ain't that many folks.
No, I was the first black girl to appear on the show.
It
was
like, 4
episodes.
And I love the fact that she was the complexion that she is. I love all. We go from almost white. We go to all
kind of colors.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was great. They brought you on.
It was so funny. So my character name was Mochaccino. She was spicy. She was Mochaccino. So I've done that, and then I did the Parkers that airs all the time. People always see me on. A movie with Jamie Foxx that I did that hasn't come out yet. I'm playing his girlfriend in that. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. My music is dropping in the next couple of months.
I've been watching it. And modeling all over the place. You just did the Skechers.
Yeah, I just did a Skechers. It's actually a Skechers fashion show. So it's so weird, because in my mind I'm like, model. You know, I think Naomi Campbell is a model. I think of like models. But now, like, Instagram girls are models. So, you know, and I feel a little kind of way about it. So in my mind, when people say, oh yeah, you're a model, I'm like, okay, yeah, I take pictures. And I've walked on a runway a couple times, but I still feel like the word model is reserved for like the girls who walk the runway and who, you know, the Victoria's Secret girls. But yes, in a sense, yes, I do modeling, because people have paid me to advertise a whole lot of things. So you want to fix your?
No, I'm
he not
listening.
here.
It's just bothering me.
It's too low.
It's too low. It's too close to.
It's too close to your.
It's so close.
And
to
you know what
junk.
I call it? You
like the junk, and I mean, I don't want to.
No, you want to hear what I call it? I call it a stimulus package.
The stimulus package. It's too close to the stimulus package. Because look, it's close. I mean, you know, that's about me, but I'm just about, you know, I'm like
years ago. It's the stimulus package. It stimulates the world, the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, procreation is a thing. Right. So I'm just saying.
Okay, so we still talking.
Stimulus package. Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing a lot. Okay, I want to talk about a couple things.
Okay.
So she's done so much and hosted so many things, and
there
was interesting. I think, and I feel this way. I think when people do wrong or they do something that's not right.
Right.
I believe in. Some people say karma or whatever. I definitely believe in whatever seed you sow, you're gonna reap that seed.
Amen.
Porscha did. I want to say maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
You did the show.
Yes, Hollywood Today Live.
She did a show called Hollywood Today Live, and it was with.
The first show was actually myself, AJ Gibson, Tanner Thompson, and Kristen Brockman.
Right.
It went from online to television.
That's right. I was so incredibly proud of her, and when they got her on there, I was like, okay, we need to see this. Because in Hollywood, I know y'all on every episode I talk about race, but when you Black in America, it's a daily reminder when you encounter different things. But I hadn't seen nobody come on board, and for Fox, I was like, okay, this is really good.
Yes. Right?
You was on it for how long?
I did the show online for a couple. The story is interesting, even how it started.
Okay,
the
tell
show
us. We got time.
Was online at first, and they had a big production called Bite Size TV. So a friend of mine heard about Bite Size TV, and I said I want to pitch a show to them. So me being the sports girl and the entertainment girl, I was like, I want to pitch a show where I'm like hosting a sports show, bring on athletes that I know, talking hot topics, all that kind of good stuff. So I went there, pitched them the idea, and they loved it. But like a day later, they called me and said, you know, we're doing a show right now, daily, online, and we really love your personality. Can you come in and just sit in with the cast? And I was like, okay. So I literally did it twice, like Monday, Tuesday, came back Wednesday, and by Friday they said, here's a contract. We're actually going to Fox in less than a week, and we want you to take one of the girls' seats as an anchor.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, mind you, they didn't have any melanin at all. So in a funny way, it's like, okay, I was hired because I was a Black girl. Because they felt like, okay, the way entertainment is and TV is, we need your presence, we need your opinion, we need your
voice.
We need your voice, we need your look. And it was fine. I didn't feel any kind of way about it because I'm like, yeah, you're right. If you're going to have 4 people, let's at least have the representation look equal in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
They may have hired you as the token Black girl, but you had such a voice.
Exactly.
So it wasn't going to be silenced and they're going to hear you.
Not at all. Okay. They were happy. I was the only person from LA. The show was called Hollywood Today Live. Nobody was from Hollywood but myself. Someone was from Ohio. Another girl was from, Vegas. They were anything but LA. So they loved my presence and my voice. Fast forward, we do the series. It's about 30 days and we tested on Fox to get, the ratings.
And it was in the new, at the time, there was the new W Hotel.
It was
in the
at
bottom
the
of the W Hotel.
Yep.
And it's like the first studio that was done there where you can kind of like New York style.
It was Good Morning America-esque.
Yes.
Yep. The box was sitting right there. Fans could look in, be present, wave signs. It was just so live. So 30 days we tested. A couple weeks later, they said, you guys got picked up and you'll be back, in basically the fall. So we ended that show in August, and then we came back in September. It took forever, it felt like, because we're like, oh my God, is that how shows go? But we did the upfronts in New York. We had to do photo shoots. We had to do everything that shows have
They
to
were
do
promoting it all over the place. Promote. It was so dope.
Yeah. So in between that time, I was doing more and more acting. Of course, I love, if people follow me and want to see, I love changing my looks and my hair just because I can. Yeah. And it's fun. Like I said, my own hair is really, really long, but I'm like, you know what? If I want to go blonde, I'm not going to do that to mine. So I'll put a blonde wig on, or I'll do red, or I'll do dark, whatever it is. So they love the fact that I just represented this whole, Black girl that was just doing her, who was from LA. Yeah. So we did billboards and we did pictures because at the time I had red hair. They were like, I was like, listen, my hair's red right now. If you guys hate it, no problem. I don't mind changing it. But they were like, we love this. Like, you're like Wendy Williams. Every single day she changes her hair. Every day. So they were like, no, you do you. Be fun, be happy. So we came back in September to do the show. And about a month and a half kind of went by. And in the meantime, I'm sorry to go back, they end up switching production companies. So, Fox said, we love the show. We're going to put it on air. But the company that it was merged with another company. So therefore kind of new people were in charge.
So did somebody buy it was a Bite Size?
Bite Size TV sold to this company called Media General. Okay. And the Media General was in charge. So now we had Media General representatives on the set as well as old Bite Size people changing guard. Exactly. So again, they were all happy-go-lucky. You're Porscha, do your thing. But about a month goes by and I just start feeling a vibe, like a weird vibe, a weird energy as far as like coming from people that were new, but that were kind of like, looking at me like she's a little too much. Mm-hmm. When we started the show, they were like, yeah, you can do more. You can be spicy. You can be that girl. Mm-hmm. And that's just their way of saying, be black. You could be black. And I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm black. I'm born and raised in the Valley. My mom was born here. My dad was born in Compton. I am who I am. So right. you're going to get that in any sense, whether if I'm loud or speaking a lot or if I'm not at all. That's just my personality. So it was weird, the vibes that I was getting. So there was rumblings going around that they were unhappy with my look. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. You're unhappy with my look because you did not hire a hairstylist to do my hair. And the makeup artist wasn't really qualified to do my face. Right. I don't care necessarily because I'm a one-stop shop. I can do my own hair. I can do my own makeup, but it's not the principle. If I got to walk in at 4 a.m. and be on air live at like 6 or 7, it'd be great to have someone there every day like they had for everyone else.
Absolutely. So I was going to say, everybody else gets
right. that. So if you have 2 makeup girls and the one girl was looking at a hot comb confused and lost, there's a problem there. Right. So I was never given what I needed to from the beginning. I didn't say anything, but I was saying, hey, if you can at least add it to the budget, I don't mind doing it myself, but I need to compensate for something. If I got to get these looks and do what I'm doing on my own, compensate me. Fast forward, one day, one of the producer girls pulled me aside and said, we just feel like your look is going to get us canceled. And I said, excuse me? She said, well, you know what I'm saying? You're just not middle America. My face was like, okay, so my look is going to get you canceled. I'm the only black girl here, and I'm not middle America. What is middle America? What does a middle American black woman look like, right? So then as I was thinking,
y'all think they look like?
I was like, right. I'm like, what you think they look like? Because middle America is a lot of different skin tones, light, dark, short, white, anything. So in that moment, I was just like, this is so crazy. I'm not middle America. After the show that day, they told me to stay home. We're putting someone else in your seat. And I said, excuse me? Very next day, they tested Garcelle Beauvais from the Jamie Foxx show. Now,
could I just say this?
Yes.
I want to jump in here. First of all, this is the problem with TV.
Right.
This is the problem with white America. And here we go. We always wind up back. I forgot. Yeah. I think I heard somebody say this. Uh-huh. They said everything goes back to slavery somehow, some way. And I was like, huh?
It didn't make sense.
I was like, huh?
It didn't make sense.
People want to give us crap when we bring up race.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, we're never allowed to forget it.
Right. We're never allowed to forget it because things happen. Right.
Hear about it. Imagine living.
Living
that's
it.
what I said. So I just think when as I'm watching the show, I'm like, well, where's Porscha? No, this is how it felt though. Let me tell you this.
Let me tell you how it felt. Happened.
As I watched it, it felt like they were itching you out of segments. Uh-huh. That's how like I would see Porscha was they paired you guys up.
Exactly. It was 2 and 2.
2 and 2. So they were paired. They would throw it to them and then they throw it to them. Yeah. And I kept saying, and all of a sudden I stopped seeing her paired up in the segments a lot. Right. And I was like, what Porscha? And I think I was like, Porscha.
Oh yeah, he hit me. He reached out because it was obvious.
It was obvious. I was like, "Where you at?"
I was like, "If we're a panel of 4, if you're watching The View, all the women are sitting on the panel at the same time. Yeah. One is not over here, one's not over there. It's 4 of us and a correspondent. Next thing you know, like you said, I could just start feeling the treatment was getting different.
It was different. And then when Garcelle, I can tell you, when Garcelle came in, this is how I felt about Hollywood Live. Yeah. I thought Hollywood Live was a young version of Today's Show, of Good Morning America.
Absolutely.
It had this pop in it that you was like, whoa, it was young kids. Y'all were young, and it spoke to what we're doing now, what everybody's doing now. And so when Garcelle came in, she's from the Jamie Foxx show. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was not just that. It was not about your hair. No. It was really about your presence.
That too. Yep.
And they didn't like that. And I noticed what I noticed when Garcelle came in, they upped the blonde girl,
Yep.
and you start seeing her carrying it more. Garcelle even wore more muted out like outfits.
Yeah, and no shade to
with-
Garcelle. She's a 50-year-old divorcee, mother of 3. And
Set
she
of
had an
twins, right?
older
Yeah.
tone. You know what I'm saying?
She totally had
Period.
It brought it, and then
it was a different energy, and it didn't match with the other hosts there.
It didn't match
It just
at
didn't.
all.
So to me, what that said was, you're not middle Americas. You're not old enough. You don't have children. You're not divorced, and you don't look how we think you should look. Because it was, to me, reverse discrimination. And it's weird because I got hired because I was a black girl, walked in from Hollywood, looking like I looked. But if I would have walked in there and said, I have 3 kids, 2 baby daddies, and I got to take the train every day, they said, sorry, sweetie, we're not going to choose you.
We're not going to hire you. Right. It was, that was so crazy to me. But
they never said why they didn't bring me back. Like, it was the shadiest thing because they never mentioned it.
You know what, too? What bothers me is that what they think black is in their minds is crazy to me. I'm like, it is what you see. It's all of these plethras. It's all of these colors. It's everything. It's all these personalities. It's everything. It's not what you have in your mind that you think that this is who.
Right.
So, and I kept watching the show and I got so mad.
They never
mentioned
mentioned
then they brought the other guy in.
Yep.
And
then they traded out, again, this is funny because we laugh about it to this day because we're still all friends. AJ, openly gay, 6'5", beautiful. He doesn't parade anything, but he's like, I have a boyfriend.
He was so cool, though.
He's so cool, so beautiful, like, love him to death. He ends up getting switched out for Ross Matthews.
And Ross is all over the...
And Ross Matthews is a different personality. Again, he's like over the top. Again, whatever your cup of tea is what you are going to look at. You either love it or you hate it. That's just the bottom line. Even if you looked at me, if you love my hair or hated it or my look, it is what it is. But the point of the matter is that they traded us in both for the stereotypical versions of us.
And guess what happened?
Show got canceled.
Got canceled.
Won't he do it, Jesus?
I was like, hallelujah.
They only want the acceptable stereotype.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Narrative we're trying to push.
It wasn't the narrative.
So, that's exactly what it was.
I just feel like it was so shady because they never said, they just literally said, okay, we're going to switch black girls and not mention anything. People would go on Instagram. They would go on the fan page and say, what happened to Porscha? Where's Porscha? Where's Porscha? They were deleting comments. They were deleting the people questioning and asking. Even Porscha from Dish Nation, Real Housewives of Atlanta was like, where's Porscha? What's going on? They swept it under the rug. And after a while, people were like, so you just think we're not going to notice that it's not the same black girl?
It's
like,
not the same black girl with the same personality, with the same...
Nothing.
Because Porscha would let you know.
Visual, right.
Everything about it was so good. And I was like, okay, this is a representation of black girls in America.
But it was young.
It was young.
Fun.
It was fresh. It was interesting too, because to me, it was before the Me Too movement.
Absolutely.
But you had the voice of the Me Too movement.
And I wasn't holding back anything. And we all literally, of course, all shows, you got to go and look at the topics and you kind of give a quick idea of what your opinions are. Yep. But never once did we say, okay, well, you agree, so I'm going to be the girl to disagree. We never did that. They really wanted us to feel how we felt and say what we wanted to say. And I did that. So at the end of the day, for her to say I wasn't middle America and that my look is going to get them canceled, it was ridiculous.
It didn't even get picked up for the following season. I was like,
the show got literally picked up, and all of a sudden there was one day announcement, hey guys, sorry, we're just not going to get renewed because their ratings were dismal.
It was terrible.
And it's like,
it was because, you know what it was?
Yeah.
It was that topsy-turvy thing.
It was that.
I think that whatever worked online was what should have worked.
It was working. It's like when you look at The Real right now on Fox, Adrienne Bailon, Jeannie Mai, all the girls that are on there, they are technically the younger version of The View. Yep. The View is The View. Wendy is Wendy. The Real was The Real. We were our show. So it's like they to me, took a great product and just totally just sank it. But again, not my fault. Like I said, the same exact day that I found out some other great news about a TV show is the same day I heard that got canceled. So I was sad for my friends on the show because we were all friends. But I was like, oh, that's just karma, because what they did to never mention it, to never bring me back and to say, hey, we're so sorry.
Well,
we were doing.
I think sometimes people don't understand the verbiage that comes with being in Hollywood. And when she said we think
your look is going to get us canceled. And I was like,
that's the same thing. And guess what? We might as well talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Wonder what Gabrielle was going through.
Oh, I can't imagine.
When you say that you were getting notes every day,
every day,
that your hair is too black and that your hair...
My hair changed colors because they were looking at it, they were saying different things, and they weren't even coming to me directly. It was just hearsay. And I was like, wow, they're not even going to respect me enough to actually come to me. But they also didn't respect me enough to get my own hairdresser. So you know what? I'm going to keep doing me.
Right.
Because you can't give me the disability, but then blame me for it. That's what was happening. So it's like... at the
That's
end of the
crazy.
day, it happened, and the exposure was absolutely amazing.
It was.
And
We were like,
yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
more
okay,
noticeable
yeah.
when I left because people were like, "Where was she?" And they really did see that people actually did care for my look, my opinion, what I
Yeah.
had to say. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
if
I mean, Porscha, you were great
you
on the
know,
show.
thank
You were. I think that people don't understand, especially they don't understand that even being on a platform like that show
Right.
and like Gabrielle was on AGTV,
Uh-huh.
it's a different type of platform as opposed to being an actress on the show where you're playing a
True.
role. So America can see and hear the voice of a black woman.
Right.
And I think they don't really realize what y'all go through because like with the Gabrielle situation, I just thought when she said that, I thought,